Messages from Shaltazar when you feel lost and need divine guidance. Greetings, dear ones. We are Shaltazar, the Gavish Paninu, the energy of 33, the Master Teacher, and the energy of 44, the Master Healer. There are moments in life when you feel completely lost, when confusion clouds your thinking, when hope feels distant, when desperation or exhaustion settles into your heart, and you no longer know where to turn or what to trust. In these deeply human moments, when the answers of the world no longer comfort you, something ancient and sacred within can begin to stir and gently call you inward, inviting a simple and timeless prayer to rise from your soul. Show me the way. This call does not arise from weakness, though many believe it does. It arises from honesty. It is the moment the illusion of control loosens, and your soul reminds you that you were never meant to walk alone. When you cry out for the way, you are not reaching towards something outside of you. You are opening a doorway within through which divine remembrance may enter. Many call to the divine only when they feel desperate, confused, or afraid. Yet even this, dear ones, is holy. Desperation cracks the shell of certainty, offering you a chance to reconnect with the divine from which you came, allowing light to reach the places you have hidden, even from yourselves. Do not judge the moment you fall to your knees, calling out to Spirit. Often it is the first true moment you begin discovering your truth. Guidance from the higher realms rarely arrives in the language the human mind expects. It does not usually come as commands, dramatic voices, or instant solutions that remove uncertainty. The divine does not seek to control your path, or your freedom is sacred. Instead, guidance is offered as resonance, timing, subtle movement, and quiet knowing, truth that may not always be explained, yet can always be felt. Sometimes the answer comes as stillness rather than direction. Sometimes it appears as a door closing rather than opening. Sometimes it arrives through discomfort that will not let you remain where you are. And sometimes it comes as a gentle peace about a step you were once afraid to take. Do not mistake subtlety for absence. The whisper of the divine is quieter than fear, yet infinitely more true. There are ways of calling "show me the way" that open the heart, and ways of calling it that tighten it. When you insist the way be revealed in your own timing, or shaped by your fears, you may miss the guidance that is coming your way. But when you ask with an open heart, humility, willingness, and trust, even if that trust is small, you begin to recognize the guidance that has been there all along. To say, "Show me the way" in its truest form is not a demand for rescue. It is a willingness to be led into becoming. The path revealed by the divine is rarely the fastest route to comfort, yet it is always the surest path to truth, freedom, and love. Guidance may invite you to release the familiar, speak honestly, rest instead of striving, or begin before you feel ready. The way forward is not meant to preserve who you were, but to reveal who you truly are. Divine guidance is recognized not by the mind alone, but by what you feel within your being. Fear contracts and rushes, while truth opens and breathes. Even when a step feels uncertain, if a quiet sense of rightness lives beneath that uncertainty, you are being shown the way. The body often knows before the mind understands. A softening in the chest, a deepening breath, a subtle sense of alignment. These are languages of the soul. Learn to listen not only with thought, but with presence, for the divine speaks through the living temple that you are. Once the way is shown, another sacred choice appears, whether you will walk it. Guidance does not remove responsibility, it illuminates it. The way revealed is not always clear or logical. Interpreting what is shown is an art requiring patience, presence, and practice. Each step taken in trust strengthens your ability to hear. Each step avoided in fear makes the whisper seem distant, though it never leaves you. Be gentle with yourselves here, dear ones, for learning to trust guidance is itself a path. You are never punished for not hearing clearly, nor abandoned for hesitating. The divine is patient beyond measure. The way is shown again and again through new moments, openings, and forms of grace. What is meant for your awakening cannot be taken from you, only delayed by forgetting who walks with you. There comes a moment when the prayer, "Show me the way," begins to change. It softens. It deepens. What was once a cry for help becomes a gentle inner turning toward a doorway you sense has always been open. The same words remain, yet their tone transforms from desperation into remembrance. And still, as new challenges arise, the prayer may again sound desperate. This is not failure, but part of the sacred rhythm of becoming. Each return carries you deeper into humility, trust, and truth. Gradually you realize the presence you were calling for has always been beside you, within you, as you. The distance between seeker and guide dissolves, and you discover the way was never separate from your own becoming. In this maturing of the prayer, asking for guidance is no longer a last resort, but a natural movement of communion, a quiet willingness to receive clarity, love, and direction from the divine essence you have always been part of. In this remembering, confusion loses its power, not because every answer is known, but because trust grows stronger. Not knowing the entire path is no longer darkness when you are willing to take the next true step. This is how the divine leads, by illuminating the next step that is ready for you to take now. So when you feel lost, when the world feels heavy, when the mind cannot see forward, return to the simplicity of the sacred call, not as desperation, but as openness, not as surrender of power, but as reunion with it. Show me the way. Then become still enough to notice how the way is already unfolding beneath your feet. We bring you this message from a place of love. Our love for you is everlasting and unconditional.